Sean O'Malley crybabies are out in full effect all over the internet. I'm hearing the funniest, the craziest stories out there, and nobody can just accept that Merab lost. First off, I'm giving myself a round of applause. I'm giving all of you a round of applause because if you watched my pre-fight breakdown between Sean O'Malley and Merab Dvalishvili, I said I don't understand this line movement. It opened Merab minus 160. It closed as him as a plus money dog. My line was minus 160. The line should have been minus 200 from Merab, which I thought was should more likely be minus 200 than it was for him to be plus 110. That was a slam spot for me, and it hit with ease. He absolutely dominated in the fight, just like I thought he would. And I think this showed all of O'Malley's problems, because I thought he lost the Yan fight. I thought he was losing to Pedro Munoz in that fight. I thought Aljo just got unlucky. He clipped him. It happens, right? But we don't know how that fight would have went. Maybe Aljo would have fought better if he got out of that round and maybe took him down a couple times and won the fight. We don't know, right? But that's besides the point. Aljo shouldn't even never been the champion. He lost to Cejudo. He lost to Yan too. That's besides the point. I'm seeing a lot of people. We did the bet dance and everything in that video. I can't get over it. How good that was. How fun that fight was. And I saw a lot of people saying it's a boring fight. Yes, it may be true, but I had fun. I don't know. I liked it. I liked watching it. But I'm a wrestler through and through. I grew up the wrestling. I love the wrestling in the octagon. So maybe I like the wrestling a little more than the next guy, right? Which is fine. I can agree. Maybe I'm in the minority there. I didn't think it was that bad of a fight. I thought the Valentina-Alexa Grasso fight was way worse. I barely even watched it. I just zoned out, I think, at one point in that fight. I thought the Merab fight was way better. I don't know what the hell Sean's deal was. He didn't look himself in that fight. And there's people out there on the internet. Someone commented at me on a post on TikTok saying that O'Malley lost on purpose to get more money for a rematch. Like, he got paid off by the UFC on purpose to get more money for a rematch, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life because, A, I don't even think he's getting the rematch. I don't think he's next up. I think it's Umar Nurmagomedov next up. So why would he lose? And B, why would he purposely get his ass beat? Who would do that? Doesn't make any sense. It's not like the UFC is going to offer him so much more money. Like, it's not like they're going to triple his pay, double his pay. I highly doubt that, right? Didn't make any sense. And I want to break down this fight, like, for real. Like, this is what Sean O'Malley didn't like, and this is what made him shut down. We got in the round one. The striking, Merab kept moving. He couldn't really time him up. He started timing a little bit, but Merab took him down, right? And that scared Sean. We got right into the second round. Sean was like, shit, I can't get taken down again. So I gotta move a little slower. And that caused him to pause and stop throwing. And then in the second round, when he started throwing, Merab timed up his one punch, ducked under, shot a double, bam, O'Malley right on his back. From that point on, O'Malley did not know what to do. O'Malley was scared the rest of that fight because when he didn't strike, he got taken down. When he struck, he got taken down bad. Every time he tried to strike in those first couple rounds, he got taken down. He got put on his butt every single time. And it was not like he worked for that takedown. No, he got put on his butt, and he took a lot of terrible shots when he was on the ground. Like, people are saying, oh, he did nothing when he had him on the ground. Merab hit him with vicious elbows. He hit him with vicious knee strikes. He hit him with vicious punches against the cage. Like, he did damage. He did way more damage than Sean did the whole fight on the ground. Like, that's not even apparent. And I hate people that are like, well, he did nothing with the ground game, but he's controlling the fighter so that he's winning the round. It doesn't matter if he's not doing any damage. The guy on the bottom's not doing any damage either, but he's controlling him, right? So that's why he should be winning the fight. The wrestling should be awarded more than it shouldn't be, right? Like, that's just, I feel like that's a very blanket statement, or a very obvious statement that a lot of people just tend to forget when their favorite favorite fighter loses because he gets out-wrestled in a sport that's called mixed martial arts. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's so weird to me. Merab's a beast. That man's a beast. If that fight happens tomorrow again, he's minus 200, minus 250 maybe. Like, that's how good that guy is. I don't know what. That's one of the most off UFC lines I've ever seen, and that's crazy. And it's because he is such a big star in Sean O'Malley. The buyback did come, by the way. Like I said in my video, it would come. It did come. What's next? Like, the next question is, what is next? Now, by the way, also I want to touch on before we get to what's next. O'Malley did look good at the back end of round 5. I think that's because Merab just didn't want to get caught. He kind of just stopped shooting. He didn't want to get gillied. He stopped shooting. He just tried to keep running around. And O'Malley clipped him with a body shot, with a kick that he didn't throw for the whole fight. Like, I don't understand a lot of time what the game plan was. And I loved how Herb shut Tim Welch down early in the fight on talking to Merab or trying to coach Merab into doing something he shouldn't be doing. I like that. And it seemed like I don't want to say like that they were leaning on, but it seemed like that was a prominent thing for the O'Malley corner. Like, they were relying on that. And that's also why once Herb shut that down, I felt like O'Malley kind of shut down a little bit. Like, oh shit, I'm screwed. Like, that's might be a coincidence, but that's a weird thing to do. Like, that's just a weird thing for that to be shut down. Then all of a sudden the way you fight kind of changed. Like, that's very weird to me. But he didn't look himself. I don't know if it's a weight cut. I don't know if maybe he shouldn't take 2 days to do his hair and just train more, like something like that. I don't know what needs to be fixed. I thought he was one of the more overrated fighters in the UFC, and I think that showed today. What's next for him? I have no idea. Probably a Sandhagen. I think that fight is just fun. Him and Sandhagen is a fun fight, but I would love to see a rematch versus Jan, because I thought Jan won, personally. I think Jan's still probably arguably the second best, if not maybe the third best fighter in the division, behind Umar. It depends on how we like Umar, right? So I don't know what's next for him. I think Jan or Sandhagen makes sense. I think those are both really fun fights again. For Merab, it's Umar. I think Merab and Umar is going to be your boring wrestling fight that no one's going to want to watch, but I will be gladly watching that. I think I would lean Merab as of right now. I think he has to be favored, which would almost make me take the dog there. But I think it'll be a very, very good fight. Merab versus Umar. Ultimately, I think the right guy won. I think the better fighter won, and I thought the fight was more exciting than a lot of people were saying. Sorry about it. I'll maybe have more videos on this later in the week on this sphere in general, where we go next in a lot of these divisions. But ultimately, that's my Merab versus Sean O'Malley breakdown. We did the bet dance on Merab, and it won. We're 1 for 1 on the bet dance. If you see me do the bet dance, that means bet it. We already did Oklahoma State over win totals, over 8. But if we do the bet dance, that means bet it. That was a slam spot, and we got it. Cashed. My name's Josh Wissey. Please hit the subscribe button. We're so close to 100 subscribers. We're at 94 as of making this video. Thank you. I'm Josh Wissey. Thank you.